Welcome to the summary of the book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book isn't just about how money works, it's about how we think about money and how our mindset can make or break our financial future. Page 1. How we think about money matters more than we think. Morgan Housel opens the book with a powerful truth. Financial success isn't just about knowledge, it's about behavior. People often assume that doing well with money is about being smart. But Housel argues that it's much more about being reasonable and having the right mindset. 1. Everyone has a different money story. Housel says one reason people make such different financial choices is because we all grew up in different situations. Some people saw money as scarce. Others grew up during economic booms and think money will always come easily. Some experienced financial trauma, layoffs, or poverty. Others watched parents succeed and invest. Because of this, no two people view money the same way, and that's okay. The key is to understand your personal story and how it shapes your decisions. 2. Getting rich versus staying rich. One of Housel's key points is the difference between getting rich and staying rich. Getting rich often involves risk, boldness, and luck. Staying rich requires humility, frugality, and avoiding big mistakes. The people who build lasting wealth are often not the ones with the flashiest jobs or biggest risks. They're the ones who stay consistent, plan for the future, and avoid blowing up their finances. 3. Save for the unexpected. Another big lesson. The most powerful tool in personal finance is saving, without a specific reason. Most people save for a vacation, a car, or retirement. That's great. But Housel says the real value of saving is having flexibility and control over your life when things go wrong, and they will. It's your sleep well at night fund. 4. Wealth is what you don't see. Housel emphasizes that true wealth is invisible. It's the money you don't spend. A fancy car means someone spent money, it doesn't mean they're wealthy. Or a big house might be mortgaged to the max. Real wealth is savings, investments, and financial peace. So don't be fooled by appearances. The richest people often look the least rich. 5. No one's crazy, but we're all emotional. Housel reminds us that many of our financial decisions are emotional, not logical. And that's okay, because money is tied to fear, hope, love, and even identity. But we can learn to pause, reflect, and make calmer, more thoughtful choices. This first part of the psychology of money teaches that success isn't about numbers. It's about mindset. Be humble. Be patient. Be consistent. Page 2. Long-term thinking, regret avoidance, and what really feels rich. Morgan Housel emphasizes a powerful idea in this part of the book. Getting rich is a short game. Staying rich is a lifelong mindset. It's not about getting lucky with money, it's about being steady, thoughtful, and emotionally aware. 1. Long-term planning beats short-term genius. Housel stresses that wealth isn't built overnight. In fact, compound interest only works when you give it time. The longer your money stays invested, the bigger it can grow, without needing fancy strategies. He uses Warren Buffett as an example. A Buffett isn't rich just because he's smart. He's rich because he started investing at age 10 and kept going into his 90s. So even if you start late, the lesson is, time in the market beats timing the market. 2. Avoid the trap of envy and comparison. One major reason people lose money, or peace, is because they compare themselves to others. Social media, fancy neighborhoods, or watching your friends succeed can trigger envy. Housel reminds us, there's always someone richer. There's always someone who took a risk and won. But chasing someone else's life can ruin your own financial plan. Instead, focus on your goals, not what others have. 3. You don't need to maximize every dollar. A big insight from the book is that you don't have to be perfect with money. You don't need to find the best investment or squeeze out every penny of interest. Why? Because the best financial plan is the one you can stick with. Sometimes, Or it's okay to keep money in cash for peace of mind. Or it's okay to pay off debt early, even if the math says invest. Or it's okay to choose security over higher returns. Financial success isn't about squeezing the highest return, it's about building a life that feels stable and joyful. 4. The power of room for error. Another huge idea. Always leave room for error in your financial plans. Things go wrong. Markets crash, jobs are lost, emergencies happen. If you plan like everything will go perfectly, you're setting yourself up for pain. Housel advises. Save more than you think you'll need. Be conservative in your assumptions. Hope for the best, but plan for surprises. This mindset doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. 5. True wealth is control over your time. One of the deepest lessons in the book is this. Real wealth isn't money, it's freedom. When you can wake up and choose how you spend your day, that's wealth. No boss telling you where to be. No financial fear. No pressure to take on work you hate. That kind of control over your time is the most valuable and satisfying form of wealth. This section of the psychology of money teaches that being rich in numbers isn't enough. The goal is to be rich in security, flexibility, and peace of mind. Page 3. Better money decisions, staying humble, and knowing what success means to you. As the book moves forward, Morgan Housel helps readers understand that great financial decisions often don't look flashy. They're calm, simple, and made with the awareness that the future is always uncertain. 1. Making money decisions when the future is unclear. A huge theme in the book is this. We never really know what's coming next, so plan with humility. Housel argues that people often get into trouble by thinking they can predict the stock market movements, economic crashes, or interest rates or real estate booms. But most of the time, even experts get it wrong. The better approach is to build a plan that works in both good and bad times, save more than you think you'll need, or assume there will be ups and downs. This doesn't mean you don't take action, it means you take action with safety net. 2. Respect luck and risk. Housel explains that luck and risk are part of every money story, good or bad. Example. Someone might become rich by taking a risky investment. Someone else might lose everything despite doing everything right. So it's important not to judge others harshly, or yourself too quickly. Just because something worked or didn't, doesn't mean it was smart or dumb. Takeaway. Be kind to yourself and avoid thinking you're invincible. 3. Humility over ego. One of the most damaging mindsets in money is overconfidence. Housel explains that people often think they know more than they do, take big risks with no safety net, believe they're the exception to the rule. Instead, he advises to stay humble about what you don't know. Keep cash or low-risk options in your plan. Avoid overcomplicating your finances. Sometimes the best move is the boring but safe one, because staying in the game is what matters. 4. Define success for yourself. Another major lesson. Don't let others define what success looks like for you. For some, success is retiring early, traveling often, having freedom to work from home. For others, it's raising a family, supporting a cause, living peacefully with no financial stress. Housel urges you to ignore the pressure to keep up and focus on what makes you feel secure and proud. Money should serve your life, not be your life. 5. The best money moves are often invisible. Finally, Housel reminds us that the smartest financial people aren't flashy. They save quietly, invest regularly, or avoid debt, or say no to the extra. Stay consistent even when it's boring. Their success isn't built on showing off, it's built on habits and humility. This section of the psychology of money teaches that personal finance is deeply emotional, unpredictable, and personal. You win not by being perfect, but by being thoughtful, patient, and focused on your own path. Page 4. Patience, peace, and living a financially calm life. As the psychology of money closes, Morgan Housel encourages us to zoom out and look at the big picture. Success with money isn't about chasing every opportunity or reacting to every dip in the market. It's about building a steady, peaceful life you're proud of. 1. Patience is the secret weapon. One of Housel's key messages is this: money grows when you're patient, not when you're clever. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need secret tricks. What you need is to start early, keep going, let your investments and savings grow slowly over time. People often get anxious when they don't see fast results. But the truth is, compound growth takes time, and the longer you stay the course, the more powerful it becomes. 2. Don't let greed or fear control you. Another powerful lesson is about emotions. The two strongest ones that hurt people's finances are a greed, wanting more, faster, now; a fear, panicking during market drops or bad news. Housel says both emotions can cause damage. A greed can push you into risky investments or overspending. A fear can make you sell at the worst possible time or never start investing at all. His advice? Stay calm. Stay steady. Build a plan you can stick with in both good and bad times. 3. You don't need a financial advisor. You need a plan. The book makes a case that you don't need perfect financial knowledge. What you really need is a plan that's simple and sustainable, habits you can keep up with, or a lifestyle that doesn't stretch your budget. It's okay if your plan is boring. That's often what works best. Peace of mind is better than chasing big, risky wins. 4. Save more than you think you need. Throughout the book, Housel emphasizes this golden rule. Save like a pessimist. Invest like an optimist. That means always assume life will throw curveballs, so have a good emergency fund. But believe that, over time, the world tends to move forward, so invest for the long haul. Even if you never get the best returns, having a strong savings habit gives you flexibility, peace, and confidence in any situation. 5. Legacy isn't just money. It's calm, choices, and character. In the final parts of the book, Housel shifts the focus to legacy and purpose. He suggests asking, what kind of life do I want my money to help me build? How can I teach my kids or community about wise money behavior? Am I living in a way that reflects my values? True wealth isn't measured in dollars, it's measured in a time freedom, a mental peace, the ability to help others, the control to say yes or no when it matters. Final takeaway: the psychology of money is less about formulas and more about wisdom. It shows that how you think matters more than how much you know. A behavior beats intelligence in personal finance. A peace of mind is better than a huge net worth you can't enjoy. The book's final lesson is this: money is a tool. Use it to build a life that feels rich, not just looks rich.